Hi, I'm Tim. Welcome to Watchbox, and thanks for logging on. If you love this watch, email me, tmosso@thewatchbox.com. It's in the description below. Your purchase and pricing email question line for buying this or any watch you see on any Watchbox platform. Please reach out to me directly. Email tmosso@thewatchbox.com for pricing. Today, we're discussing a model launched in 2003, 42 millimeters in white gold. This is the Bethune DB9. It is a power reserve. All appearances to the contrary. This is a power reserve indicator. A little lunette style that appears to be a moon phase at first glance actually traces the 7 days of power reserve of this manual wind timepiece. Back in these days, 2002, 2003, Bethune was building dozens of watches per year, not hundreds. This is a watch that was made in only a few dozen copies throughout its production life. And these early Bethune timepieces are hugely attractive because they use the wonderfully compact and attractive traditional case first designed by co-founder David Zanetta. So let's talk about the basics. White gold, 42 millimeters in diameter. The watch is only 9.2 millimeters thick from lug tip to lug tip. It has a span of 45.7 millimeters and a 22 millimeter spacing between the lugs. Although it's a 42, it's so short across the wrist that I could actually recommend a 13.5 centimeter circumference wrist wear this watch. There's zero lug overlap, and we're not even close to it, as you can see in this down the barrel shot. It's also a very flat watch that easily slides underneath a dress cuff. The strap is less significant, though it is a Bethune factory piece. It's a new one, brand new, no crimping, no gouging, black semi-gloss finish, large rectangular scale alligator leather, a monotone stitch, a sheer cut side, and then there's gator on both sides. Small round scale on the bottom, large rectangular on the top. The advantage to gator on both sides is compared to a calf skin base for a strap, gator on both sides lasts longer. More expensive, but worth it. Here we have a matching white gold pin buckle, and you can see one of the characteristics of the early Bethune pin buckles. It's the underside with the company name. It's always media blasted instead of brushed like the later examples. You can also see internal lateral hallmarking, which is wonderfully nostalgic, something they did back in the day. The original DB1 case shape was conceived for a chronograph, but was used across a range of early Bethune watches. We have the now signature bullet-shaped or ogival torpedo tips at the end of the lugs, and the lugs are barely there. You can see they hardly project beyond the case. The watch wears almost like a circle, almost like a lugless watch. Everything is polished, and from the beginning, Bethune used gray gold, not rhodium-plated white gold, so this is white all the way through. A dome on the bezel with a little geometric faceting outboard. It is a manual wind watch. A dial featuring rose-lathe guilloche at center. There's a bit of a crosshatch pattern. And then we have a dial that is printed in dark blue lacquer. We have blue leaf-style hands. And then again, that power reserve, yes, it looks like a moon phase, and the shape of it and the presence of a little white gold moon would suggest as much. But instead, as you wind it, the moon, such as it is, travels from left to right. The watch has a 7-day power reserve because, like many early Bethune timepieces, it used a customer caliber, in this case, the Jacquet 4000, about the Jacquet J4000. It was made by the company called Jacquet, which later became La Jouperet, which today is the company that makes, among others, Arnold & Son and Angelus watches. So it is a technically impressive movement that had no equal for power reserve among manual wind calibers at the time. Again, this watch came out back in 2003. It is a 168-hour manual winder with a power reserve indicator protected down to 30 meters, so it is a splash-only style dress watch. I believe the movement, the Jacquet J4000, is similar to the later La Jouperet 7381, but I think this one got a 7-day power reserve because of a lower beat rate. I believe this is 18,000 vibrations per hour, and the 7381 is 21,600 vibrations per hour. Though you can't see it, Bethune did conduct its own finishing on the movement, so you'll have the peace of mind of knowing it's there. Reach out to tmosso@thewatchbox.com for purchase and pricing details of this wonderful piece of early Bethune brand history.